wanted to carry on what my family did, what my dad did, what my grandpa did, and working with my dad, working with my grandpa. Thought I was invincible. I mean, I haven't talked about this for a long time. Grew up in a small rural community in Coshocton County, little town called West Carlisle. It was a very tight-knit community. We lived about 2 miles from my grandparents growing up. Worked on their farm when I was little, from about 12 years on. Developed my work ethic from working on the farm with my grandpa and my uncle. Being with my grandpa really meant a lot. My dad was a construction worker doing underground utilities, and he was able, as a foreman, when he was working, he was able to bring equipment home to do things around the property. From the first time he let me onto a backhoe or an excavator, I was kind of hooked. Yeah, I started working construction 2 days after I graduated. Started out working as a laborer with my dad as my foreman. My other grandpa was my superintendent. It's in the blood. Wanted to carry on what my family did, what my dad did, what my grandpa did, and started working in 2000 and working with my dad, working with my grandpa. Thought I was invincible. I had heard my mom had told me something had happened at work on Dad's job site. When things happened at work, he was more of the quiet. When he came home, he didn't want to put that burden on any of us. He never really opened up about any of it. Back in that time frame, it was more about making money. If you could dig a 5-6 foot trench without having to put a trench box in, that's more money you're going to make as a company. Seen a lot more open cut ditches, no trench box. You would bench the slopes, lay them back per OSHA standards. Just go. The excavator operator was to never stop. If you were a laborer or a pipe man, once that pipe got in the ground, by the time the hoe got swung back around to put gravel on that pipe, you better have it in the ground ready to go, or the foreman was yelling at you. At that point in time, the safety aspect of things hadn't really developed to the way they are today. Yeah, I thought I was invincible until that day. Woke up that morning really humid. It had rained the day before. I had talked to the main guy with the company. Hey, I know this pipe's only 5-6 foot deep. I think we need a trench box because we're going through an existing parking lot. There's old utilities in here. I just feel that the ground's going to be not very good.
Yeah, we didn't have that scoped out in this line of work, so we're going to have to figure something out.
Okay, well, I understand, but I think we need to get one there. I just don't feel safe.
Well, yeah, I guess get it dug open, and then we'll see what the ground looks like when we're digging.
Thursday, we're getting ready to dig into this and set this new manhole. We get it set. I'm actually helping the new laborer down in the hole, set the manhole. Really didn't feel good about the whole situation. Look at the banks, and I put my hand on it and stick my thumb in the dirt and the clay, kind of as a way to, just checking the texture, just kind of muddy. Oh, that's not good. It's got some moisture in it. As the foreman down in the hole helping this new laborer, I'm like, I've done this a million times. You hop up there, hook up the pipe, stone the bottom of the ditch, and there's a distinct sound you can hear at this time. I kind of hear gravel almost trickling, like you can hear it running down. And I'm standing there thinking, man, that's not right. So me being the guy that I am, I'm like, well, I got to get this pipe in. I turn around, so get the pipe hooked up. He brings the pipe over. Something's not right. Doesn't sound right. Man, it just doesn't look right. Trying to hurry to get the pipe in so we didn't have to re-dig it, and then we'll be ready to go. So the excavator operator's sitting up there The guy on top, he's standing back there, and I hear that distinct sound again. I look out of the corner of my eye, and I think I see this bank moving. And I hear that distinct sound again. I yell up to the guy up top. I said, look and tell me if that bank's cracking. I just got a sudden charge of energy, probably adrenaline. Break some of that dirt off and kind of get it shoved off of me, not knowing what to do. Slide myself over and pull myself up that bank a little bit to where I was out of harm's way. Should have just said, wait on the trench box. So the following week, trench box showed up on site, and they put that pipe in with the trench box. I never understood why we couldn't have one when I asked for it, but now I'm hurt and we can have one out there. Maybe I don't need to do this anymore. I was off work for a few weeks. During that time, really thought about getting out of it. Is construction really the life for me? I've got 2 little girls at home. I want to be there to watch all their stuff. I want to be there to take care of them, watch them grow up. Scary thoughts crossed my mind. I didn't sleep good for 6 months thinking about that. But after those couple weeks off, I made the determination I got to make a living, and this is really all I know. Had a lot of flashbacks of that time. I was angry. I was definitely anxious. Any slight movement of anything when I was on the project or on the job site, if a chunk of dirt rolled off, my heart would drop. It was eating at me so bad that I had probably lost 15 to 20 pounds because of the stress and anxiety. I couldn't keep going the way I was. It was just too hard. He looked at me, why did you put yourself in that situation? Well, I'm doing my job. Well, you know better. You know what happened. I can't see you go through what he went through, and I can't see you go through what I went through. So you need to figure out whether you want to be safe or you want to think you're invincible and untouchable. I look at him and he said, "You're not invincible." And that kind of sunk in. Then I think back to when I started and I'm like, that's why he did what he did. That's why he was the way he was. He went through all that. If I would step outside a trench box to even just do a real quick thing, he'd yell at me. He finally looked at me, he said, "I know you think you can't do it, but you can. You're good at your job. Keep seeing it through." I've never heard my dad say that. He looked at me, he's like, "Ryan, I'm proud of you. I know you can do it." To hear him say, "Hey, I'm proud of you," after I went through what I went through, seeing his face, talking about it that we've never talked about before, that was a real life-changing moment, I would say, for me. What a game changer that was. What a way to find a place that cares about you. And I like to think I finally succeeded after all these years. I realize that they care. They care about safety. A lot of companies preach it, but we live it. With Kwest, it was probably the first 6 weeks, 6 months was safety. It's for sure a habit. The company that I worked for before, we may not have wore a hard hat every day. We may not have wore a vest or a bright green shirt or reflective gear. That's what makes us safe, is the habits, but we need to learn from mistakes that we make as well. I hope that all construction companies have a in-depth excavating and training plan. 10, 15, 20 years ago, you probably would be talking about the fatality. Lives to tell the story. I'd be more than happy to talk to you, because I will say that being able to talk about it helps. We all think we're invincible. Being in the construction industry, we still think that today. There was so many things that really opened my eyes from this incident. Probably a strained relationship with my dad, and for that to bring together what it did, I'll be forever grateful for that reason. If we get our story out there, we can help be more safe, and you get it off your chest. I think that's the biggest thing, is getting it off my chest, because I've kept it pinned up for so long. I feel that number one is I'm still here, I'm still alive, I'm still able to walk, I'm still able to be there for my two daughters. I'm definitely grateful I came over to Kwest. Really grateful that I'm able to continue working in the construction industry that my family had worked in for so long. It's time to talk.
Daddy done did it, pipe is stuck in it. Man, did I look up. It was all we ever knew, with a country attitude, walking miles in them shoes. And in the walls of sound, crashing out in the dirt I found.